A very pleasant good morning to everyone that's tuning in today for Panthers Softball here on Saturday, April 24th in Sacramento, California at the Yard on the campus of Sacramento City College. Game 2 of this two-game set between the Beavers and the Panthers set to get going here just after the anthem. Starting lineup first for the visiting Beavers, leading off shortstop number 7, Sierra Pyle. Batting second, first baseman number 3, Lexi Watson. She'll be followed by the second baseman number 4, Cameron McLinn. Batting cleanup center fielder number 19, Kirsten Cox. Batting fifth and doing the catching, number 17, Sam Anderson. In the sixth hole, third baseman, number 8, Hannah Petersburg. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 6, Hallie Olson. Batting eighth, pitcher, number 15, Cassie Ralston. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 14, Rachel Harvell. For the Panthers, leading things off, right fielder, number 1, Deja Acosta. She'll be followed by center fielder, number 5, Shelby Lloyd. Batting third, first baseman, number 13, Taylor Busey. In the cleanup spot, designated player, number 12, Hannah Clavel. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 15, Kaya Perry. Batting sixth, doing the catching, number 10, Jordan Farron. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 6, Chloe Kitchens. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 14, Allie Ireland. And batting ninth, shortstop, number 7, Madison Mendoza. Pitching this afternoon for the Panthers, Emily Deathridge. Beavers won the opener yesterday by a score of 18-9. Both teams enter today's contest with an overall record of 2 wins and 2 defeats. Again, this season, happy to bring you Panthers softball. Wish you were here with us live, but glad you're tuning in wherever you may be. Panthers take to the road next weekend. They will be back up in Folsom to take on the Falcons at Folsom Lake College in a 3-game series. Friday's single game is a 7 p.m. start, and Saturday's doubleheader starts at 12 noon. Today is just a single game between the Beavers and the Panthers. Two teams have opted to do a scrimmage, a 3-inning scrimmage. Afterwards, no stats, no score, no live stream for that one. So we're happy to have you here for game 2 of this 2-game set between the Beavers and the Panthers. We'll be right back with first pitch. Leading things off for the Beavers, shortstop number 7, Sierra Pyle. First pitch of the ball game by Deathridge is up out of the zone, ball 1. So Pyle looking to get things going for the Beavers, batting in that leadoff spot. Count already in her favor as she watches the first pitch from the right-hander Deathridge sail high and out. That ball misses just off the plate, and Pyle now ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. Deathridge looking over to the dugout, waiting for the pitch signal. Checks the armband. The pitch is on its way. In there, called strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Pyle. Pyle had 6 plate appearances in yesterday's ball game. Scored a couple runs. Drew a walk. Had a big triple in the 6th to start the rally for the Beavers as that one's fouled off the glove of Farron. The count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another beautiful day here in Sacramento, California at the Yard. Blue skies slightly cloudy, and Pyle chases the rise ball and strikeout swinging to start the game. That brings up the first baseman, number 3, Lexi Watson. Watson, a 3-hit effort yesterday, also scored a pair of runs for the Beavers. Steps in here, no one aboard, one out. Looks at a pretty good pitch. Umpire says it's off the plate, ball one. Deathridge nailed the glove on that one. It looks like Farron's setting up just off the plate. That ball slapped foul down the third base line. The count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Watson settles back into the box as Deathridge gets her sign from the dugout, checks the wristband. The 1-1 pitch is high, ball 2. Waiting her opportunity in the on-deck circle is number 4, Cameron McLinn. That pitch off the plate, but that one's given to her by the umpire. So from my view, that one looked a little bit farther outside than the one earlier in the bat to Watson that was called a ball. A delayed call by the home plate umpire. Nevertheless, count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch by Deathridge. This one off the plate. Watson lays off and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Going back to McLinn in the on-deck circle. Bumped up in the order 3 slots to the 3-hole after a 5-for-5 performance in yesterday's ball game. Included a double and a home run to go with her 3 singles as that ball was fouled out of play off the bat of Watson. The count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another 3-2 pitch coming from Deathridge. This ball, shallow pop fly to left field. Coming in on it is the left fielder for the Panthers, Allie Ireland, and she's there for the putout. So 2 up, 2 down. That brings up the hot hitting McLinn. Batting in the 3 spot. Moving into the on-deck circle, the cleanup hitter, Kirsten Cox. But right now is Deathridge versus McLinn. First pitch is up and outside, ball 1. Top of the first, 0-0 ball game, Panthers and Beavers. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch high, out of the zone, laid off by McLinn. The count 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball in the dirt, count now 3 balls, 1 strike. So McLinn steps back into the batter's box. Count in her favor, 3 balls, 1 strike. Deathridge has a sign. The pitch. Ball's hit to the right side. Costa comes up, no throw to first. And McLinn picks right up where she left off yesterday. 1 for 1 today, 6 for 6 in this series. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Kirsten Cox. I'm not surprised the first hit of the ball game belongs to McLinn after yesterday's sizzling performance. And so the cleanup batter, Cox, gets an opportunity with 2 strikes and a runner aboard, and she chases the high heat. Waved on a miss, strike 1. So happy to bring Panther Athletics back to you. Again, wish you were with us. Glad you're tuning in wherever you may be. Another high pitch, this one laid off. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Hope and trust that all of you are staying safe and healthy, as well as your families. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. This one's up out of the zone. McLean off and running. Ball in the dirt, unable to be dug out by the shortstop, Mendoza. And McLean swipes second base. Pitch up out of the zone. Farron popped up out of her stance. Good opportunity to throw. But short hopped the shortstop, Mendoza. Mendoza tried to dig it out, apply the tag, wasn't able to corral the ball. And McLean in safely. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cox with a runner in scoring position. And the fastball swung on a missed. Again, up near the letters. Cox unable to get the bat on it. The count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Time temporary called as there's something down the left field line near the Panthers dugout. Equipment on the field or something. Umpires back, ready for action. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. In a scoreless ball game. Lazy fly ball out to left field. Coming in for the catch is Ireland, who was playing Cox deep. But that ball hung up there for her on the F7 putout. We're headed to the bottom of the first, scoreless between the Beavers and the Panthers. Well, leading things off for the Panthers here in the bottom half of the first inning, right fielder number 1, Deja Acosta. She'll be followed by the center fielder number 5, Shelby Lloyd, and the first baseman number 13, Taylor Busey. On the mound for the Beavers, number 15, Cassie Ralston. Yesterday's winning pitchers, that pitch misses up and outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Ralston. Fastball up out of the zone, ball 2. So Acosta nearly as hot as McLean. Acosta went 4 for 4 yesterday, drew a walk in her 5th plate appearance, and she's ahead of Ralston. 3 balls, no strikes. Acosta, all 4 her hits yesterday were singles. Scored 3 runs for the Panthers. She awaits the 3-0 pitch from Ralston. That ball up. Unable to be pulled down by Anderson, and that's ball 4 as Acosta heads down to first base. So that brings up the center fielder, Shelby Lloyd.
Now up for the Panthers, we have number 5, Shelby Lloyd.
Lloyd batting in the 2 spot this afternoon. Bats here with no one out. Acosta on first base. We'll see how the Panthers and head coach Tim Kiernan play it. Pitch up out of the zone, ball 1. Well, no signs or indications that Lloyd was looking to bunt on that one. And she's ahead of Ralston, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on a miss by Lloyd. The count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Lloyd had a pair of walks and 5 trips to the plate yesterday. Reached base 4 for 5 times. As that ball's fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Ralston tips the count in her favor. Another foul ball off the bat of Shelby Lloyd. This one into the netting behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ralston checks her wristband after getting the number called out from her dugout. 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch, low and inside, ball 2. Nice change of speeds there by Ralston, but that ball just stayed down and inside. Never really started as a competitive pitch. So Lloyd, an easy take for her as the count runs even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slight breeze starts to pick up. That pitch is high and gets away from Anderson. So the wild pitch, Acosta moves up to second base. A runner in scoring position now. Nobody out. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For the Panthers and Lloyd, like to see something to the right side, at least move that runner up, and she tries to go that way. Fouled straight back into the netting. On the first base side of that netting, so had that opposite field approach right there. The count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See how the Beavers pitcher, if they're going to give her the opportunity to go that way, or if they're going to come inside with this 3-2 pitch. Right down the middle, Lloyd, clean single right field, goes the other way. Acosta being held at third base to throw into Anderson. And runners at the corners, nobody out for the Panthers. A great job of hitting by Shelby Lloyd. Pitch appeared to be middle, and Shelby Lloyd went the other way with it. Again, whether it's a clean single or not, that's a productive piece of hitting by Lloyd, because regardless, Acosta is going to move up to third base. Settling in the box, first baseman number 13, Taylor Busey. First pitch is a called strike 1. Oh, no balls, 1 strike. Ralston checking the armband for the pitch selection. Ball slapped foul down the right field line. And Ralston had no balls, 2 strikes. Ball stayed in play down the right field line, so McLean had to give chase. Ball back into Anderson behind the dish to the umpire. And we're set for the 0-2 pitch from Ralston to Busey. And that one's fouled out of play over the first base side netting. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes, runners at the corners. Another 0-2 pitch. That one hit softly, but backhanded by the second baseman and able to get the force out at second base. Looked like that ball might sneak through, even though it was softly hit off the bat of Boosie. She reached a little bit as it was outside, but able to make the play. A nice backhand by McLean. Flipped over to Pyle and just did get Shelby Lloyd at second base on the force out, but it'll be an RBI. Fielder's choice off the bat of Boosie. Well, Panthers strike first, 1-0. Hannah Clavel batting cleanup today as the designated player. Looks at the first pitch down out of the zone, ball 1. One down, the 1-0 pitch. Ralston, high fly ball into shallow right field. Coming in to make the catch is Harville. And so Clavel down. So with 2 outs, runner at first base, that brings up third baseman Kaya Perry. Perry 1 for 1 in yesterday's ball game. 4 plate appearances, 3 walks. That pitch misses down. Perry batting 5th here this afternoon, was in the cleanup spot yesterday. And the Beavers intentionally careful. Pitching to Perry yesterday. Let's see how they do it here today with 2 strikes. That pitch inside top part of the zone, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball up and outside, ball 2. Count in Perry's favor here, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ralston deep breath before the 2-1 pitch. Perry a little bit late on that one. Shoots it down the first baseline foul, so the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch off the plate, low and away, full count. So the runner Boosie at first base will get a head start on this one. Ralston has the sign. 3-2 pitch to Perry. Flipped out to right field off the bat of Perry, and therefore the putout is Harvell. So the Panthers get 1 on a couple hits. We're headed to the top of the second. Panthers 1, Beavers 0.
College.
Top of the second inning here at the yard on the campus of Sacramento City College. Panthers lead the Beavers 1-0. Leading things off for the Beavers, catcher number 17, Sam Anderson. She'll be followed by Hannah Petersburg and Hallie Olson. 5, 6, 7 in the order. First pitch is in there, called strike one. Anderson, a couple hits yesterday, a single and a double. Run scored. That ball misses low and inside off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Deathridge has the pitch. Call from the dugout as that one's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch by Deathridge. Laid off. Nice pitch by Deathridge. She wanted the call, did not get it. That ball just missed the top inside corner to Anderson. The count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch spoiled by Anderson. Farron unable to hold on as it hits off her glove back into the nettings. The count even still remains even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitches up out of the zone and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So for the next 3 weekends, the Panthers softball team will be on the road. They travel to Folsom next weekend, as I mentioned, for a 3-game series, Friday and Saturday. Friday's game 7 p.m., Saturday doubleheader at noon. Then they go to Cosumnes River, May 7th and 8th. That foul ball is off of Farron's throwing hand as she shakes it off. And count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. May 7th and 8th at Cosumnes River for a 3-game series. Travel to American River on the 14th and 15th of May, another 3-game series, before returning home to close out the 2021 season. The last 2 weekends in May, 21st, 22nd against Folsom Lake, 28th, 29th against Cosumnes River. Ground ball, 3-hopper to the shortstop, scooped up by Mendoza over to Busey for the 6-3 putout. So quality at bat by Anderson, but unable to reach. But was able to work the count. See some pitches from Deathridge. 1 away, nobody aboard. That brings up the third baseman, number 8, Hannah Petersburg. Petersburg had a great day at the plate yesterday. 4 hits. 2-hopper to the right field. Acosta comes up firing, but that's a clean single to right field as the throw pulled Busey off. But Petersburg had legged that one out.
Next up to bat, we have number 6, Hallie Olson.
Wind blowing straight out to center. For the left fielder, number 6, Hallie Olson. Pitch by Deathridge is in there, called strike 1. Oh, excuse me. Ball, says the home plate umpire. I just assumed it was going to be another late strike call like he'd shown earlier. But no, says Mr. Umpire. Ball 1. I'm not directly behind home plate, but I can see when that ball catches some of that white, and that one looked pretty close to being down Broadway. That one low and outside. Olson ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Olson had 2 balls, no strikes. Petersburg ready at first base. The pitch. Check swing, yes she did, says home plate umpire. That ball goes into center field, stolen base by Petersburg. It looked like the middle infielders might have been late getting over there. Had to hold their ground as Olson started her swing, unable to hold up on a check swing, so don't want to vacate your position too early and have that ground ball go right where you were because you're covering for the stolen base. That ball flipped down to right field. One hopper to Acosta, nothing she can do. Ball gets into Farron at the plate, and the runners hold at the corners. And that brings out head coach Tim Kiernan. And that brings up the pitcher, Cassie Ralston. Batting here with runner at the corners, 1 away. Top of the second inning, Beavers trailing by a run. Ralston looking to help herself out here. Pitch by Deathridge. Up out of the zone, says the home plate umpire, ball 1. Late appeal to the field ump, says no she didn't, so the count remains 1 ball, no strike. High pitch gets away from Farron. Play at the plate. No play at the plate as Peter Burr's in there before the throw reaches Deathridge from Farron, so both runners advance on the wild pitch. And the Beavers tie the game 1-1. One on the board, another one into scoring position for the Beavers. Now Ralston has a chance to put her team on top. Pitch is in there called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Deathridge waits for the pitch. Call from the dugout. Has it. 2-1 pitch. Up out of the zone. Ball 3. Ralston pitching again today's ball game. Got the start yesterday and the win. but did not bat in yesterday's ball game. Bats here. 3-1 pitch is waved on and missed, and the count full. And Jethro's challenge had no room for error with a 3-1 count. And runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the 8 batter in the Beavers order. Pitch on its way. Up, out of the zone, and Ralston lays off and draws the bases on ball. Runners at first and second for the right fielder, Rachel Harvell.
Next up, we have number 14, Rachel Harvell.
Destridge a long stare over to the dugout, waits for the pitch to be signaled in. Bunt attempt by Harvell is into foul territory down the third base line. So Dethridge ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Still just 1 out here in the top of the second. And the Beavers thinking sacrifice with Harvell. Turn the lineup over to Pyle with 2 in scoring position rather than 1 with your 9-hitter. So we'll see how they play it here with Harvell in a hole, no balls, 1 strike. Fastball in there called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So no sacrifice attempt that time by Harvell. But she looks at a strike and she's in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Dethridge. Fouled straight back off the bat of Harvell as she stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Dethridge would love a strikeout here. Get Harvell to chase, especially being ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. This is a pitcher's pitch. Should be coming out of the hand of Dethridge right here. Off the plate, up and outside. Not competitive enough for Harvell to want to chase. Pyle going through her timing routine over there in the on-deck circle, waiting her opportunity. Another foul ball off the bat of Harvell as she stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was a good pitch. Good spoil by Harvell. One-two pitch from Dethridge. Inside off the plate, ball 2. The pitch started in, stayed in. Harvell rolled into it. Good take, good pitch recognition. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the second, runners at first and second for the Beavers. Pitch is up, ball 3. So the 9-batter grinding out this at-bat against Dethridge has worked the count all the way back to full. Having dug a 0-2 hole early on. Full count pitch. Off-speed pitch, up and out of the zone. And Harvell hustles down to first base. That rolls the lineup, bases loaded for the Beavers. For shortstop, Sierra Pyle. So after the ground out that Dethridge induced on Sam Anderson, back-to-back singles by Petersburg and Olsen, and then back-to-back walks by Ralston and Harvell. Pyle struck out swinging her first time through. Golden opportunity for the Beavers. Already played 1 this inning to tie the game at 1. Fastball outside corner called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Deathridge. Pitch just off the plate outside, ball 1. An offensive conference called by the Beavers third base coach. Well, 1 ball, 1 strike. Back to action at the yard as Deathridge checks the wristband for the pitch selection. And that fastball outside, waved on and missed by Pyle. So Deathridge ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind now blown out to left field. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate outside, ball 2. Been a steady breeze here this afternoon, picking up at times, blowing out, shifting between left field and center field at times as we look at the flag beyond the center field fence. Pitch is fouled out of play off the bat of Pyle. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pyle back in as Deathridge checks a quick look at the outfield positioning. Shaded over to left field. Acosta in the right center hole. Shelby Lloyd in the left center as they're pitching Pyle away. And that one just off the plate. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Pyle with the bases juiced. Harvell at first. Ralston at second. Over at third, Olson. Petersburg already across to play to run for the Beavers this half inning. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball behind the shortstop and will be called an infield fly as Mendoza drifts back about 5 yards onto the outfield grass in shallow left field for the putout. So 2 outs, bases still loaded for the 2 batter, Lexi Watson. Pitch low and outside. Excuse me, another late strike call by the umpire. I apologize. I'm trying to get settled into the strike zone, same as the umpire is apparently here this afternoon. A late strike call, so bit inconsistent behind the plate today. Never good for a hitter. Equally as frustrating for a pitcher's perspective. One time you get it, the next time you don't. You know, regardless of the officiating, the one thing that the players want is consistency. You know, 1 pitch low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is off the plate, ball 2. Can't fault Deathridge for trying to go back out there again. He got one earlier in the count against Watson. Hop fly off the bat of Watson, called for by Mendoza in shallow center field. She makes the grab, side retired, but the Beavers able to tie the game. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning, 1-1. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 ball game between the American River College Beavers and the Sacramento City College Panthers. Due up for the Panthers, 6, 7, 8. Jordan Farron, the catcher, followed by Kitchens, then Ireland. Farron officially 1 for 4 yesterday with a sacrifice fly out, 2 RBIs, and the first pitch is up out of the zone, ball 1. Farron awaits the 1-0 pitch from Ralston. Pitch is there, called strike 1. For the Beavers, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. For the Panthers, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Fastball up off the plate outside, ball 2, 2-1 to the Panther catcher, Jordan Farron. Pitch from Ralston. Fastball off the plate outside. Count in Farron's favor. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ralston winds the pitch up out of the zone, and a leadoff walk issued to Farron. And that brings up second baseman Chloe Kitchens.
Number 6, Chloe Kitchens.
Kitchens 0 for 2 yesterday, a pair of walks. See if the Panthers elect to sacrifice Farron up to second base, or attempt to sacrifice her up. See if Kitchens shows bunt here. First pitch, inside corner, called strike 1. No bunt shown that time by Kitchens. Back-to-back innings where the leadoff hitter has reached for the Panthers. Acosta drew a walk in the first, and Farron draws a walk here in the second, as that ball is fouled out of play over to KFC across the street here on Sutterville. Finger looking good off the bat of Kitchens. Ralston had no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Off the plate outside, ball 1. Nice pitch. That's a pitcher's pitch, but Kitchens lays off, does not offer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is up out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beavers wearing the all-navy jerseys today, navy bottoms, navy tops. Panthers going all gray, or gray bottoms, gray tops today, here for game 2 of this 2-game series. And the second game has been changed to a scrimmage. It'll be a 3-inning scrimmage between these two teams. There'll be no streaming, no stats, as it will be an unofficial game as sanctioned by the 3C2A. Now count full as Kitchens tilts the count back in her favor, has a chance here with 3-2 pitch. Flips it down the right field line in front of the Beavers dugout. Giving chase is Watson, but runs out of real estate as that ball lands on the roof of the Beavers dugout on the first base side of the yard here at Sac City. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch is right down Broadway. Called strike 3 as Kitchens is caught looking. And that brings up the left fielder, Allie Ireland.
14.
So Ireland digs in. Runner at first is Farron. One away. In 1-1 ball game. Ireland's first at bat of the series. And that fastball is in there. Called strike one. Pitch up out of the zone, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Madison Mendoza in the on-deck circle, awaiting her chance here in the second. Fastball stays down below the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ralston, a couple deep breaths, shoulder shrug before the pitch. The 2-1 on its way. Swung on a miss by Ireland. As Ralston blew that one by her. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch from Ralston. Swung on a miss by Ireland. She's down on strikes, so back-to-back strikeouts of Kitchens and Ireland. And Farron still at first base, now with 2 outs as Madison Mendoza comes to the plate. Mendoza 1 for 4 with a single in yesterday's ball game. Looking to flip the lineup to the leadoff hitter Acosta. Foul tip into Anderson's glove, and Ralston ahead, no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch fouled out of play on the first base line, and Ralston ahead, no balls, 2 strikes to the 9-hitter in the Panthers order, Madison Mendoza. The 0-2 pitch off the plate, ball 1. Ralston working the hitters away. When she gets ahead in the count, Mendoza laid off that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind. Another foul ball. This one also out of play, but straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Ralston. Swung on a miss, so Ralston fans the side. Gets Kitchens looking, Ireland and Mendoza swinging. We're still 1-1. We're headed to the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the third inning, 1-1 ball game between the Beavers and the Panthers. 3, 4, 5 for the Beavers, McLean, Cox, and Anderson. Pitch is in there on the inside part of the plate, called strike one. The 0-1 pitch from Deathridge. Pop fly to the first baseman. Drifting back is Boosie, and she drops it in foul territory. So new life for McLean, 0-2 after the error by Boosie. Pitch fouled over the left field fence into the Panthers bullpen. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes. For the Panthers, golden opportunity to retire McLean for the first time here in the series. 5 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 1 this afternoon. And the ball just popped out of Boosie's glove as she drifted back on that pop fly into foul territory over her shoulder, unable to squeeze it. And McLean down on strikes, looking at that fastball up and away. So Panthers do indeed finally get McLean. That brings up the center fielder, Kirsten Cox. Flew out to left field her first time through. Batting here with 1 away, nobody aboard. Fastball in there, called strike one. Deathridge has the sign. The pitch. In on the hands, 2-3 hopper to Mendoza. Comes up firing to first. And not in time as Cox legs out the infield single. Looked like it was going to be just a 2-hopper to Mendoza, and the ball kind of stayed down after the second bounce and did indeed bounce a third time. And that might have been the difference in Cox legging it out and not, because it looked like it was going to be another big hop. The first two were big, and then that ball stayed down. But infield single for Cox. Well, stepping into the box, catcher number 17, Sam Anderson. Anderson 0 for 1 this afternoon. Grounded out to Mendoza her first time through. Ball's off the bat into left field for a single as Ireland was playing in the left center field gap. A clean single to the outfield grass off the bat of Anderson. Runners at first and second for the Beavers with 1 away as the third baseman Hannah Petersburg steps in. Panthers outfield's been shading opposite pretty much all day, and that one was straight out to left field. But no one was home. Well, 1 ball, no strikes. Petersburg 1 for 1. That pitch misses. Nice work by Farron. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-zero pitch. Foul down the third base line. Pitch in on the hands of Petersburg. She turned on it, but foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch from Deathridge. Off-speed pitch, and Petersburg way out front as Deathridge pulled the string on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count now even. So for Petersburg, probably the worst feeling in the world on that pitch, as now you're in the hole with 2 strikes back against the wall, and you're wondering, is the heat coming or is the off-speed? Another off-speed pitch. Booted by Perry at third. Kind of came up under the ball, wasn't able to get her hands on it cleanly as it popped out. So error on the third baseman allows Petersburg to reach. And now the base is loaded. For the left fielder, Hallie Olson. That's one of those ones Perry would love to have back. I think she was wondering, do I turn this 2? Have an opportunity to turn 2. And never got control, wasn't able to get 1 out of it. 1 ball, no strikes to Olson. And Olson ahead of Deathridge, 2 balls, no strikes. Line drive down the right field line is foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hallie Olson settles back into the batter's box as Deathridge checks the wristband for the sign. The pitch off speed. Misses just off the plate. And the Panther dugout makes some noise. Pitch very close to the top inside corner of the zone. Count in Olson's favor. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fastball swung on a miss. There's that change of speed, the soft one, the changeup before that, and then the low heat, and Olson unable to catch up. So now the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nowhere to put her. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. The wind by Deathridge, pitch fouled. Olson fouled down into the ground off of herself in the batter's box. So she stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, payoff pitch, foul tip into the glove of Farron, and she's down on strikes. A big strikeout for the Panthers and Deathridge right there. As Olson started ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Deathridge able to fight her way back into the count. And that brings up the pitcher, Cassie Ralston. We're going to help herself out. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Well, both outs recorded via the strikeout this half inning by Deathridge. As she faces the 8-hitter Ralston. Line pitches up out of the zone, ball 2. No room for error here for Deathridge, as Farron reminds her, you got to be perfect. Nowhere to put Ralston. A lot of traffic out there on the pass by the Beavers. Fastball is there, called strike one. I hesitated because I wasn't sure the right arm was going to come up by the umpire. I thought it was a strike all the way, but again, some questions by both sides here. Nevertheless, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Dethridge winds the pitch. That one's inside off the plate. Ball 3, 3-1. Oh, hitters count for Ralston. Let's see what they decide to do. Ralston walked last half inning, and that one swung on and missed as she's under that ball. And the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of energy coming out of both dugouts right now. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, and that one's fouled away. We'll get to do it again. Well, the Beavers dugout trying to motivate their hitter, Ralston. Panthers fielders in dugout trying to motivate Dethridge. Dethridge looking to equal Ralston, what she was able to do in the top of the third by striking out the side. Has an opportunity here. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, the pitch. Swung on and missed, a check swing, and Ralston down on strikes. And Dethridge does indeed strike out the side, same as Ralston was able to do in the top half of the third inning. We are headed to the bottom of the third, 1-1 ball game, Panthers and Beavers. So the delay here at the yard. Here's that Ralston might have rolled her ankle slightly as the coaching staff for the Beavers came out to take a look at her. And it looks like that the Panthers grounds crew, aka coaches and players, are going to come out and do a little work here in the circle. We'll be back with live action hopefully sooner rather than later. And we're back, bottom of the third inning, 1-1 ball game. Panthers Beavers all knotted up, and leadoff hitter for the Panthers, Deja Acosta, looks at a pitch down, ball one. Acosta followed by Shelby Lloyd, then Taylor Busey. Acosta looking to be the leadoff hitter for the Panthers, and somehow set the table here in the bottom of the third inning as the 1-0 pitch is in there, called strike one. 1-1. The pitch from Ralston hit right back up the middle off Ralston's glove, unable to handle by Pyle, and that'll be an infield single off the bat, off the glove of Ralston, which redirected to Pyle. Can't fault Pyle for trying to make the play on the ball.
Now up to bat, we have number 5, Shelby Lloyd.
Acosta 1 for 1 with a walk here this afternoon. That brings up Shelby Lloyd with a runner at first. So Costa does her job with the leadoff single. And Lloyd looks at a pitch up and outside. One ball, no strikes. Pitch is down, ball two. As Lloyd bluffed the bunt attempt. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch fouled back into the netting here at the yard. 2-1 count to the center fielder, Shelby Lloyd. Ralston, deep breath. The 2-1 pitch. Bunt attempt, yes indeed, by Lloyd. Hung out to dry as Acosta. 2, 4, 6, 3, and she is out. So Lloyd unable to get the bunt down, and Acosta hung out to dry. And she's retired 2, 4, 6, 3 on the putout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch is down below the zone. And the count's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Panthers have what they wanted, the third leadoff batter on in just as many innings. As that pitch squirts away from Anderson, ball 4. Lloyd hustling down to first base, but will hold there. The Panthers have what they want, another leadoff batter on, but she was erased on the failed bunt attempt by Lloyd.
Number 13, Taylor Boozy.
So with Lloyd at first, 1 away, here comes the first baseman, Taylor Boozy. Pitch up out of the zone, ball 1. Panthers and Beavers tangled in a good one here at the yard. Bottom of the third inning, 1-1 ball game. Ralston's pitch is drilled by Boozy past the third baseman Petersburg into left field. And folks, right there, that's why they call it the hot corner. That ball was seeded off the bat of Boozy. And Petersburg reacted, but that ball was by her into left field. First and second, as Petersburg over there at third takes a deep breath, saying thank you, glad that ball wasn't directly at me, because again, her reaction time at the hot corner was not sufficient for the speed of that ball off the bat of Boozy. No, first and second for the Panthers, and the designated player, Hannah Clavel, steps in. Pitch is in there, called strike 1. Now for the Beavers, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. For the Panthers, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. And the runner in scoring position is Lloyd. Pitch in the dirt, scooped up nicely by Anderson to make sure the runners hold pat at the bases they're at. That one skipped right off the plate, it looked like, into Anderson's glove. Yesterday we had one hit the front of the plate and skyrocketed up into the netting here behind home. So Beavers lucky that wasn't replicated. Foul ball, unable to be squeezed by Anderson. But Ralston ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clavel. Clavel has the sign. Deep breath, the wind, the pitch. Off the plate, low and outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch up coming from Ralston right down the middle. Clavel unable to pull the trigger as she goes down looking. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Ralston. And 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners remain at first and second. Stepping in, third baseman, number 15, Kaya Perry. Perry flew out to right her first time through. This one also out to right field. Coming in on is the right fielder, Harvell, and side is retired, so no damage. 1-1 ball game. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning here at the Yard. 1-1 ball game, Panthers and Beavers. Harvell, Pyle, Watson, the scheduled hitters. 9-1-2 in the order. Harvell walked back in the 2nd inning. Looking to get something going for the Beavers offense here in a pitcher's duel. Off-speed pitch. Harvell kept her hands back nicely, but that one's flipped foul over the Beavers dugout down the first baseline. And so Deathridge ahead one strike. Deathridge's pitch swung on and missed by Harvell. And wasting no time getting ahead of the 9 batter. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch up out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So after that delay in the middle of the 3rd, and the Panthers coming out doing a little groundwork as Ralston rolled her ankle. Ralston now over with the athletic trainer getting her ankle taped. Pitch is outside off the plate, and Harvell holds up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just giving a little extra support for the ankle is Ralston. We'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses. And that pitch is in there, called strike 3. So 1 out. as Deathridge records her 5th strikeout of the afternoon,
We have number 7,
3rd in a row.
Duel.
And now that's the leadoff hitter, Sierra Pyle, stepping into the box. Batting with nobody aboard, 1 away. Off-speed pitch is high, ball 1. One 0 pitch is low and outside, ball 2. And 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. One hopper to Perry over at third. On to Boosie at first. 5-3 put out is recorded.
Next up to bat, we have number 3, Lexi Watson.
And that brings up the first baseman, Lexi Watson. Two away, no one aboard. Off-speed pitch. No, says the home plate umpire. Ball 1. And there's a lot of people here, figuratively, because there's no one in the stands, but there's a lot of people here scratching their heads at this zone. And unfortunately, it's the players. And they're the ones that have to deal with it. And they're trying to figure it out. Another good pitch. This one down off the plate. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, it's never good when both teams are asking questions. Especially in a ball game like this, 1-1 ball game. We want the players to decide this one. That one's there, called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the first baseman, Lexi Watson. Watson 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop out thus far. 2-1 pitch off the plate. And Deathridge. So 3-1. Dugout asked where that ball was for the Panthers. They thought it was out. The umpire said it was up. So even disagreement on what the miss is. Slapper to the third baseman, Perry, 1 hop. Just in time with the speedy Watson. As that was a high 1 hopper to Perry. Pulled it down, fired it over to Boosie at first for the 5-3 put out. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 between the Beavers and the Panthers. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 ball game. For the Panthers, it'll be Farron, Kitchens, and Ireland. Looking to get something going for the offense. 6, 7, 8 in the order. And back out to work is Ralston. Fastball in there just below the knees, and Farron takes a long walk out of the box as she's been back there receiving the balls all day and is perplexed herself in terms of what this strike zone is. Again, not a good thing when the players are scratching their heads. Just ask for consistency. That ball's off the plate. Ball one. One ball, one strike. But you think the catcher would have the best idea of all, the catcher and the pitcher, because they're getting the best looks every pitch at what that zone looks like. Oh, one ball, one strike. Line drive over in front of the Beavers dugout. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, one thing's for sure. Both players are going to have to battle and adjust, especially with 2 strikes. Can't leave anything to chance, even on a pitch that you think might be off or think might be close enough. You have to expand your zone and battle and adjust to the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball in the dirt dug out nicely by Anderson. Farron walked back in the second inning, looking to get something going for the Panther offense here in the fourth. 2 hopper to the second baseman. McLean charging, has to throw across her body and behind her to Watson at first base, but they're able to get the 4-3 put out. Nice play by McLean charging. Not a lot on that ball off the bat of Farron, but it was enough to get by Ralston. And McLean had to charge hard and get that ball and flip across and behind her for the out. So stepping in now, the second baseman, Chloe Kitchens. With 1 away, nobody aboard. Pitch is fouled into the netting on the first base side. And Ralston ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Pretty good pitch, called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul ball out of play. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kitchens. The 1-2 pitch by Ralston. Pop fly drifting to foul territory as Watson has room for the foul put out. 2 away, and that brings up Allie Ireland.
Now up to bat, we have number 14, Allie Ireland.
Fastball fills up the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Ralston checks the armband, has the sign. Off-speed pitch up out of the zone. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the taped ankle doesn't appear to be bothering Ralston this half inning. And that pitch paints the inside part of the plate. And Ralston ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ireland. Fastball up and outside. Ireland lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 1-1 ball game. For the Beavers, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. For the Panthers, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. As Ralston and the coaching staff for the Beavers try to get on the same page for the pitch sequence. The call's in. The pitch up out of the zone. Ball 3. Full count to the 8-hitter Ireland. Three-two pitch is low and inside. Ball 4, and Ralston didn't like the call. Thought she caught some of the plate, but no, says the home plate umpire. So the 2-out walk issued to Ireland, and that brings up the shortstop, Madison Mendoza. So Ireland does her job, extends the inning. And let's see what Madison Mendoza can do. Fouled straight back into the netting. And Ralston had no balls, 1 strike. One five lines. Changeup hit out to left field, but right to the left fielder, Olsen. That ball was hit on the buttons by Mendoza, but the Beavers had her played straight up, and the ball goes right to Olsen. Barely had to move for that one. So we're headed to the top of the 5th inning, 1-1 ball game. Well, leading things off for the Beavers here in the top of the 5th inning. Second baseman Cameron McLean. Pitch is in there, called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch swung on a miss by McLean. And Deathridge ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch up out of the zone, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Deathridge popped up and out of play off the bat of McLean. And count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch. Deathridge pulls the string, and McLean is down on strikes for the second consecutive time. Went down looking in the third. Goes down swinging here to start the fifth, and that brings up the center fielder, Kirsten Cox. Pop fly off the bat of Cox, scooped up by Mendoza, not in time, and that ends the streak of 6 consecutive Beavers retired. As that ball just got over the head of Deathridge. Mendoza had to charge hard to get it as it was right in front of second base. And Cox with the infield single. And Cox 2 for 3 this afternoon. That brings out the catcher, Sam Anderson. Off-speed pitch is in there, called strike one. Pitch, high fly ball out to center field. Backing up is Shelby Lloyd. Still going, one hops the fence. On her way to third is Anderson with a stand-up triple, and the Beavers are on top 2-1.
Next up to that, we have number 8, Hannah Petersburg.
So Anderson didn't get all of it. She got under it a little bit, but that wind blowing out, and that ball just continued to carry. And Shelby Lloyd was playing in, had a ways to run. And that ball one hopped the fence in straightaway center. Coming around to score from first was Cox. And foul ball down the first base line. As Deathridge gets ahead. No ball, one strike. Oh, Hannah Petersburg looking to hang another one on the Panthers here with one out, runner at third base. Off-speed pitch up and outside, ball one. One ball, one strike. Petersburg 1 for 2 this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch from Deathridge is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Farron. And Anderson has to retreat to third base. The count in Peterburg's favor. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball low and inside off the plate. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. Three-one pitch off the hands. And Boosie went to a knee trying to backhand the ball, unable to get to it, and Chloe Kitchens had no one to throw it to when she scooped it up. So that'll be an infield single off the bat of Petersburg. Another run scores for the Beavers. So 3-1.
Up next, we have number 6, Hallie Olsen.
Here in the top of the 5th inning. An RBI infield single by Petersburg. That brings up the left fielder, Hallie Olsen. Shows bunt, runner stealing, fired down to second base, not in time. Great throw by Farron, but the speed of Petersburg, and she's in the slide ahead of the tag with the stolen base. Pitch was called a strike. Oh, no balls, 1 strike. As Olsen pulled back, now the Panthers will opt to put the intentional pass on. No, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch was pretty close to a strike right there. Backed up on Deathridge. Umpire called it a ball. Kind of surprised the hitter as well, as Olsen's like, should I be swinging at that one? Well, the intentional pass issued, and that brings up the pitcher, Cassie Ralston, looking to help herself. Team's already got her 2 this half inning. Another runner in scoring position for her. Fastball is in there. Called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch high and outside, gets away from Farron. And the runners advance on the wild pitch. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out, runners at second and third. 2 across already here this half inning. Beavers lead the Panthers 3-1. A safety squeeze attempt by the Beavers. Ralston pulls back, and scrambling back to third base was Petersburg. No throw by the catcher, Farron. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kaya Perry, the third baseman, charging once she saw Ralston show bunt. The shortstop, Mendoza, getting over to third base. But again, no throw. Another bunt pulled back by Ralston, and the count in her favor, 3 balls, 1 strike. First base is open, so we'll see how Deathridge and the Panthers play this. In the on-deck circle, the 9-hitter, Harvell. Three 1 pitch. Inside corner called, strike 2. So pitcher's pitch. Ralston tips her cap and lets the count go full. Not the pitch she was looking to drive. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Foul ball out of play over the Beavers dugout. And the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball off the bat of Ralston. Over Acosta's head, laid out, but off her glove. That'll play 2. A 2 RBI double off the bat of Ralston. So after retiring 6 consecutive Beavers, the infield single off the bat of Cox starts a string of 5 consecutive Beavers to reach, 4 of which base hits. There's been a single, a triple, another single, a walk, and a double here in this half inning. The Beavers have scored 4. They lead the Panthers 5-1. That pitch is fouled back into the net off the bat of the 9-hitter Rachel Harvell. So off the bat, where Acosta started playing, looked like it was going to be over her head for sure. And Acosta closed the ground, was able to lay out, get some leather on it, but not able to pull it in. And so the RBI, 2 RBI double by Ralston helps herself. And the Beavers have hung a crooked number on the Panthers in Deathridge this half inning. Count 1 ball, 1 strike to the 9-hitter, Harvell. Harvell 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Bats here with a runner in scoring position. Beavers are looking for more. Pitch is in there, called strike 2. The third base coach for the Beavers asked for clarification if that was a called pitch, called strike on the pitch, or called on the attempt. And the home plate umpire said it was on the attempt. From my vantage point, hard to see the bat and the angle because the umpire obstructs my view. That ball high and tight, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harvell digs back into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind by Deathridge. Pitches up out of the zone. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Swung on and missed by Harvell, and she's down on strikes for the second consecutive time. This one swinging. So 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Number 7, Sierra Pyle.
And the Beavers turn the lineup. The leadoff hitter, Sierra Pyle. That's with 2 away. Runner still in scoring position is Ralston. Pitch up and out, ball 1. Deathridge's pitch is low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The Beavers now 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. And there's activity in the Beavers bullpen. 2-0 pitches off the plate, ball 3. Pyle 0 for 3 this afternoon. Strikeout, an infield fly to the shortstop, and a ground out to Perry at third. Bats here 3-0. Ball's hit out into left center field. That ball finds the grass as Pyle is into second base with a stand-up double. 2-out RBI double by Pyle, her first hit of the afternoon. And the Beavers add another run. Now 5 across, lead the Panthers 6-1.
Next up, we have number 3, Lexi Watson.
That brings up the first baseman. So green light by Pyle on a 3-0 count, and she delivers. Trade spots with Ralston as Lexi Watson awaits the pitch from Deathridge. Pitch is outside, ball 1. That's a funny game. Deathridge appeared to be settling into a groove, and just a little slight pop-up flare off the bat of Cox that caught dirt in front of second base, kind of spun for an infield single, start a rally for the Beavers, and got Deathridge out of that groove. 4 batters after Cox went on to reach. All 5 of them scored this half inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch low and outside. Deathridge took a moment to step behind the mound, collect her thoughts before stepping back onto the rubber with the sign. Off-speed pitch up, out of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Powell working hard out there at second base, looking for any opportunity to move up to third, put additional pressure on the Panthers battery, Deathridge and Farron. 3-1 pitch. Fastball is fouled out of play over the third base side, off the bleachers. So the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second is Pyle. Line drive to the shortstop, to Hopper, and she's out at first base. So the side is retired, but the damage is done. The Beavers plate 5. They lead the Panthers 6-1. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. So for the Panthers in the bottom half of the 5th inning, 1, 2, 3, Acosta, Lloyd, and Busey. Panthers need runners here, trailing the Beavers 6-1 in the 5th. And that pitch is in there, called strike 1. Pitch low and inside, off the plate, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball up and in, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball left side, going over to make the play is Pyle. Long hop to the first baseman Watson, but Acosta legs it out. Infield single for the Panthers leadoff hitter. That's her second of the afternoon. 2 for 2 with the walk. So Acosta once again setting the table. That brings up the center fielder, Shelby Lloyd. Lloyd 1 for 1 with a single and a walk here this afternoon. Looks to the pitch outside, ball 1. One out pitch is up high. 2 balls, no strikes to Lloyd. Two 2-0 pitch is right down Broadway. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Deep breath by Ralston as she gathers herself. Gets the signal, checks the armband. Now back on the rubber. The 3-1 pitch is into the net. And Acosta advances on ball 4. No, runners at first and second. Nobody out for the first baseman, Taylor Busey. Pitch by Ralston is up, out of the zone, ball 1. Ralston back on the rubber. 1 ball, no strikes to Busey. Pitch into the net. And Ralston a little bit out of sorts here all of a sudden here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that'll call a conference on the mound by the Beavers. So 2 balls, no strikes, runners at second and third, having advanced on the wild pitch. Another pitch high, pulled down by Anderson. Count 3 balls, no strikes. Ralston struggling to find the zone here. The 3-0 pitch is outside, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, designated player, Hannah Clavel.
Now up for City, we have number 12, Hannah Clavel.
Well, the Beavers did have activity in the bullpen an inning ago. But nothing now as it's Ralston out there. The bases loaded, no outs to the 4-hitter. Cleanup batter Clavel. Pitches up and outside, ball 1. Clavel deliberate between each pitch now. And that one into the net. Costa decides against advancing. And that looks like it's going to be it for Ralston, as number 13, Bree Strauss, will enter in relief. So the first pitch from Bree Strauss is a called strike to Clavel. 2 balls, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch off the plate is a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. I'm not sure if Ralston just ran out of gas or if there was something with her ankle. As I mentioned earlier, she tweaked it, taped it. Line drive right to the center fielder, Cox. And Acosta unable to get back and tag off the ball, off the bat. Had she tagged immediately, that would have been a sacrifice fly for Clavel. Instead, it's just a hard, loud out by the Panthers designated player. So 1 away, bases still loaded, 6-1 still the score. Pitch is in there, called strike. Kaya Perry looks at an off-speed pitch, off the plate away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to third baseman Petersburg to home, to first. Not in time, says the field umpire. And the Beavers were looking for a double play and did not get it.
Now to that, we have number 10, Jordan Farron.
So 2 outs, bases still loaded. now the coach is going to go out and talk to the field umpire. That'll be a fielder's choice off the bat of Perry. Costa out at home on the 5-2 putout. So far, Strauss has come in and done her job. And it'll be up to Jordan Farron for the Panthers. Still 6-1. Pitch is low. Ball one. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch, low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch is beat into the ground, foul in front of the Panthers dugout down the third base line. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Panthers load the bases to start the bottom of the 5th inning on a single by Acosta, 2 walks by Lloyd and Busey, and have yet been able to cash in. And that ball's seated up the middle, line drive off the bat of Farron. That'll play 1 run. And so right on cue, Farron cashes in some chips for the Panthers. With an RBI single, 2 outs, 1 run scores, 6-2 ball game.
Now to batting number 6, Chloe Kitchens.
That brings up the second baseman, Chloe Kitchens. Base is still loaded for the Panthers. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Well, Farron delivers with her first hit of the afternoon. Big 2-out RBI single. Now Kitchens with an opportunity. Said rolls it over, foul ball in front of the Panthers dugout. She's behind, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman, Petersburg. Sets her feet, fires over to Watson for the 5-3 put outside, retired, and Strauss comes in, does a tremendous job to limit the damage. The bases loaded, no outs. Beavers lead 6-2. We are headed to the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, 6-2 ball game. Beavers lead the Panthers. For the Beavers, it'll be 3-4-5, McLean, Cox, and Anderson. And back out to work, Emily Deathridge. First pitch is up, out of the zone, ball 1. McLean 1 for 3 this afternoon with a single, pair of strikeouts. Deathridge winds the pitch. In there, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Deathridge checks her wristband, has a sign from the dugout. The wind, the pitch. Off-speed pitch. And McLean does not offer. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch from Deathridge. Swung on a miss by McLean. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two, McLean back into the box. Payoff pitch. Tied inside, just off the inside part of the plate. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch popped up. Out of play. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff pitch upcoming, 3-2. Swung on and missed. And McLean down on strikes for the 3rd time this afternoon.
Next up, we have number 19, Kristen
So
Cox.
1 away for the center fielder, Kirsten Cox. Pitch is fouled in front of the Panthers dugout. And Deathridge ahead of Cox. No balls, 1 strike. Anyone want to know about the roller coaster ups and downs of a softball game? Just talk to Cameron McLean. Cameron McLean 5 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 1 to start the day, now 3 strikeouts in a row. So cloud 9 can be a long fall to a humbling reality that this is
Coming up to bat, we
a
have
terribly
number
difficult game to
17,
play.
Sam Anderson.
Cox retired on the 5-3 putout. Brings up the catcher, Sam Anderson. Pitch is in off the plate, ball 1 to the catcher, Anderson. Deathridge will tell you the same thing about the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride that this softball game presents at times. Dealing, setting down 6 Beavers in a row, settling into a groove, and then just a little flare off the bat of Cox that settles and nestles right in front of second base and disrupts her, gets her out of her rhythm, and the Beavers go on to score 5 runs. So that's the tail of the tape here. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Beavers. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Panthers. And the 2-0 pitch is lined to the shortstop. And speaking of roller coasters, hits one on the nails is Anderson, but she's got nothing to show for it as she heads back to the dugout to put on the catcher's gear. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The Beavers 6, the Panthers 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Panthers trail the Beavers by 4. 8-9-1 Ireland, Mendoza, and Acosta, the scheduled batters for the Panthers. Bree Strauss back out to work. Called strike 1. Splits the plate in half. No balls, 1 strike to Ireland. Ground ball to Strauss. Over to Watson. 1-3 put out of Ireland. Oh, 1 away. Brings up Madison Mendoza.
Madison Mendoza.
Pitch is low inside, ball 1. Strauss a long look at the dugout, has the sign, checks the armband, the wind. Pitch is up and out, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Mendoza. Two-0 pitch from Strauss is in there, called strike 1. Well, the Beavers hold on to win this one. A lot of the credit goes to Bree Strauss coming in last half inning, bases loaded, nobody out, and limit the Panthers to just 1 run. Three balls, 1 strike to Mendoza. Top of the order leadoff hitter Deja Acosta in the on-deck circle. Out off the bat of Mendoza, hits her in the box. And the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch hit out to center field. That's going to be over Cox's head. 1 hop to the fence as Madison Mendoza coasts into second base with a stand-up double. And good hard contact from the 9-hitter Mendoza. And the Panthers are in business as they flip the lineup to Acosta.
Now at the bat we have number 1, Deja Acosta.
Acosta 2 for 2 this afternoon. All 3 plate appearances were against the starter Ralston. This is her first look at Strauss this afternoon. And she watches strike 1 go by. No balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter Acosta. The 0-1 pitch just off the plate, says the home plate umpire. Beavers coach is asking where that one was. Anderson signals that it was off the plate. So the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind up pitch in the left center gap off the bat of Acosta. Mendoza touches third. She's on her way to home. Into second base is Acosta with an RBI double. So the Panthers cut into that Beavers lead. The score now 6-3. Runner still in scoring position as Acosta goes 3 for 3 this afternoon following her RBI double. So back-to-back doubles by the Panthers 9 and 1 hitters. And that brings up the center fielder Shelby Lloyd. First pitch is in there, called strike 1. Pitch from Strauss, off speed, up and outside, ball 1. Costa out there working hard, trying to advance to third base. And that pitch just off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one pitch to Lloyd. Line drive past the diving shortstop. Pyle laid out, had no chance for it. Off the bat of Lloyd, and now the right fielder comes in to chase Lloyd back to first base. Runners at the corners for the Panthers. And the 3-hitter Taylor Busey coming to the bat.
Number 13, Taylor Boozy.
Strauss a long look over to the Beavers dugout, waiting for the verbal cue to check the wristband to see what pitch is upcoming. And it's a called strike to Taylor Busey. Busey 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Also reached on a fielder's choice her first time through. The 0-1 pitch from Strauss. Another off-speed pitch, this one up out of the zone, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch, string pulled by Strauss, and Busey out in front of that. And she's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball in the dirt, scooped nicely by Anderson, preventing Acosta or Lloyd from advancing. Ground ball fouled down the third base line. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strauss winds the pitch, low and in the dirt. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Pushes McLean back onto the outfield grass, and the ball is dropped. The ball is dropped. Now the throw is home, and she is out. Acosta is out on the tag. So the Beavers catch a huge break there because on the drop ball, Lloyd was at first base. Easy force out right in front of McLean, but she opts to go home and guns down Acosta on the 2-4 putout. On 2 outs, first and second. First pitch to Hannah Clavel is outside, ball 1. Pitch is off the plate, ball 2. Well, the first error of the ball game for the Beavers as McClin dropped the pop fly off the bat of Boosie. But able to gun down Acosta at the plate. I think the Panthers thought that McClin was going to second base as well. They thought it'd be an easy run home, but instead McClin, the long throw from the outfield grass to Anderson with a nice swipe tag on Acosta. 3-0 pitch is in there, called strike one. 3 balls, 1 strike. 6-3 ball game, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Cleanup hitter for the Panthers, looking to do just that, clean things up here and bring home Lloyd out at second base. Ball's down, ball 4. The bases are loaded for Kaya Perry.
Now to bat lead number 15, Kaya Perry.
The third baseman. Waiting to step into the box to face Bree Strauss. Off-speed pitch is off the plate, ball 1. One 0 pitch is down and in, ball 2. And again, some chatter coming in regards to the strike zone. That one's in there, called strike 1. Now, if you're Bree Strauss, can't leave it up to the umpire. You need to throw a competitive pitch and get the batter swinging. Some of these pitches pretty darn close or just off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Kaya Perry, ground ball to the shortstop. Sierra Pyle over to first base, throws up the line, but Watson holds the bag on the 6-3 putout. We are headed to the 7th. Beavers 6, Panthers 3. Top of the 7th inning, Beavers lead the Panthers 6-3. Petersburg, Olson, Ralston, the batters. Scheduled up this half inning. That pitch is inside off the plate, ball 1. Pitch is in there, called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Petersburg 2 for 3 here this afternoon. A pair of runs scored for the Beavers. Part of that 5-run rally back in the 5th. Off-speed pitch, string pulled by Deathridge. And Petersburg well out in front of that one. And she's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And as a reminder, the Panthers the next 3 consecutive weekends will take to the road. They'll finish up the season last 2 weekends here in May against Folsom Lake and Cosumnes River. Season ending Memorial Day weekend. That ball in off the hands of Petersburg, but she's able to foul it down the third base line, stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is up. Petersburg able to foul it off. Farron couldn't find it off the bat, and that ball falls to the grass behind home plate. Petersburg battling, staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strike. The count remains. Pitch from Deathridge, bounces in front of the plate, smothered by Farron. The count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch from Deathridge, in off the hands of Petersburg, fielded by Perry over Debussy at first for the 5-3 putout.
Next up to bat, we have number 6, Holly Olsen.
Stepping into the box, left fielder Hallie Olsen. Olsen 1 for 2, the walk and a run scored. Fastball up and in, ball 1. One 0 pitch, swung on and missed by Olsen. A high heat from Deathridge. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball in on the hands of Olsen. Playing in left center is Ireland, and she has to lay out in left field to make the catch, and does so for the second out.
Next up for American River College.
Well, ball didn't hang out there long for Ireland, but she was able to cover the ground she needed and get extension and pull that ball into the glove for the second out. So 2 away, no one aboard for the pitcher, Bree Strauss. Her first debut of the series. Looks at a fastball up out of the zone, ball 1. Out of the crouch to pull that one down was Farron. One ball, no strikes. Pitch tight to Strauss, inside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to the pitcher, Strauss. Ball to the right side, Boosie gobbles it up. Touches the pillow at first, and we're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Panthers trail by 3. So last licks for the Panthers here, bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be 6, 7, 8, Farron, Kitchens, and Ireland. And back out to work, Bree Strauss. First pitch to Farron is down, ball 1. I appreciate you all tuning in wherever you may be. Wish you were here in person, but this is just as good. Comfort of your own home, your mobile device, whatever it may be. That pitch 1-0 up out of the zone, ball 2. And the Panthers take the road the next 3 weekends, then we'll be back with live streaming action the last 2 weekends in May, as the Panthers play host to the Folsom Lake Falcons and the Cosumnes River Hawks, respectively. Those games Friday, May 21st and 22nd, and Friday, May 28th and 29th. 3 balls, no strikes to Farron, leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. See if Strauss challenges. That pitch is down underneath the strike zone, and a leadoff 4-pitch walk issued to Farron. So not what you want to do if you're the Beavers and Bree Strauss. You want to make the Panthers earn it. And instead, a free pass is handed out to Farron. That brings up the second baseman, Chloe Kitchens. We're going to have a pinch runner at first base for Farron. Coming into the ball game, Brianna Dunn. Dunn will be the pinch runner at first base. Dunn on to run at first base. Chloe Kitchens settling into the box. Pitch is in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike to the Panthers' second baseman. Kitchens looking for her first hit of the afternoon. Pitch is up out of the zone, ball 2. Or excuse me, ball 1. The first one was a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is swung on and missed. And Bree Strauss is ahead of Kitchens. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to shortstop Pyle. Flips over to second base McGlynn. Throw to first. Having to jump to get the ball is Watson. Unable to get her foot back on the bag before Kitchens had crossed. So fielder's choice for Kitchens on the 6-4 putout of Dunn, the pinch runner. So 1 out. Runner still at first. And the batter is Allie Ireland. Pitch is down, ball 1 to Ireland. Strauss winds the pitch in there, called strike 1, the count even. How many times do you see it watching softball on TV or baseball on TV, and fielder makes a great defensive play and comes up the next half inning? Well, this is true of Allie Ireland. Sold out in left field, full extension to pull in what I believe was the second out of the inning at the time. And here she bats in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Strauss has the pitch. The wind. Into shallow right field, and that's a knock for Allie Ireland. McGlynn gave chase but could not get it as the ball lands in front of the right fielder, Rachel Harvell. So the Panthers have first and second and are 1 swing away from tying this ball game up as the 9-hitter Madison Mendoza comes to the plate. Called strike one, issued to Madison Mendoza. Ground ball. High hop to Petersburg. Her only play is a step on third base, get the lead runner, Kitchens. So the runners remain at first and second. Now 2 outs. And the leadoff batter, Deja Acosta, coming to bat. Pitch from Strauss is in there, called strike one to Acosta. For the Panthers, this is definitely the hitter you want up. As Acosta looks at the pitch, down in the dirt, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch up out of the zone. If you're the Beavers, you want to be careful to Acosta. She's been swinging the hot bat for SCC. Of course, Shelby Lloyd in the on-deck circle lurking and has 2 hits this afternoon. Pitch is up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is down low, ball 4. Free pass issued to Acosta. So now the bases are loaded. The winning run comes to the plate in the form of Shelby Lloyd. So Acosta remains perfect on the afternoon. 3 for 3 with a pair of walks in her 5 trips to the dish. And here's the center fielder, Shelby Lloyd. Pitch from Strauss is inside corner, called strike one. So Panthers have a chance. That's all you want if you're a Panther fan. Off-speed pitch just misses. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch is in there for another called strike. Count in Strauss's favor, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lloyd looking to battle and extend, move the line. Fly ball down the right field line, drifting into foul territory. It lands in foul territory. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Long run for Harvell to get there. Watson had no chance. She's playing up in front of first base. That ball hung up there, but eventually fell to the ground in foul territory. Another 1-2 pitch from Bree Strauss. Ball's hit up the middle past the diving pile. 1 run is in. They'll hold the runner at third base. So 2-out RBI single on a 1-2 pitch. And it's a 6-4 ball game. And the Beavers are going to re-enter their starting pitcher, Cassie Ralston. We'll take a short break. So the Beavers are calling on Cassie Ralston to close out her own game as she re-enters in the circle. And she'll be facing the first baseman, Taylor Busey. Six-four ball game. Mendoza the runner at third base. Acosta at second. She represents the tying run. And the winning run over at first base is Shelby Lloyd. Ralston winds. The pitch in the dirt. Kicks just away from Anderson, but she did a great job of keeping that ball in front of her. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Pressure situation here for Ralston. She left with the bases loaded, re-enters with the bases loaded. The difference is this time there's 2 outs. She came out, there was no outs. And it was Bree Strauss that came in and cleaned up that mess on her behalf. 2 balls, no strikes to Taylor Busey. Two-0 pitch from Ralston is poured into the zone, called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. After that dirt ball from Ralston to lead off this at bat, I'm sure the Panthers were taking strikes. So now let's see. Pitch is down below the zone. And the count 3 balls, 1 strike. No room for error, no margin for error here. If you're Ralston, you have to challenge Busey. Nowhere to put her. And you don't want that winning run to move up into scoring position. So we'll see how the Beavers attack Busey. 3-1 pitch. Ralston winds. The pitch is in there, called strike 2. As Busey watches that one go by. Full count. Reynolds will be off and running. 1 in the gap. You got to think the Panthers are going to send Lloyd. The winning run over at first base. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, just foul, past the glove of Petersburg, but on the left-hand side of third base from my vantage point in foul territory. So we'll reset, do it again. 3-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Panthers trail the Beavers 6-4. Another payoff pitch upcoming. The right-hander winds. The pitch set into shallow right field. Off McClinn's glove. 1 run is in. Here comes the tying run. Acosta taps the plate with her hand as she slides, and the Panthers have tied this ball game 6-6. A little base hit, lawn dart out to right field. McClinn got leather on it, but was unable to pull it in. And the Panthers score 2 runs to tie the ball game, 3 across in this half inning. And that brings up the designated player, Hannah Clavel, with the winning run at third base. Well, that's the advantage of the 3-2, 2-out pitch. The runner's off and running on the pitch. And the fastball to Clavel is called strike 1. So Clavel looking to wear the superhero cape and be a walk-off hero this afternoon for the Panthers as that ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big 2-out, 2 RBI single off the bat of Busey. She's over at first base, Lloyd at third base. And Clavel settled back into the box. Ralston has the signal. Checks the armband, the wind, the 1-1 pitch. Hit up the middle, and that's their game winner. Hannah Clavel delivers. Shelby Lloyd touches the plate, and this ball game is over. The Panthers come from behind and beat the Beavers 7-6. 2 out, RBI single by Hannah Clavel. And today's losing pitcher, Cassie Ralston, as the Panthers win on a base hit past the diving second baseman, McLean, into right center field. And that's your game winner. So for the Beavers in the loss, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. For the Panthers in the win, 7 runs, 4 coming in the bottom half of the 7th inning, 12 hits, 2 errors. Today's losing pitcher, Cassie Ralston, the winning pitcher, Emily Deathridge. For the Beavers, look back at their top hitters. Anderson, 2 for 4 with a triple. Petersburg, pair of hits, 2 for 4 on the day. Ralston had a double. And top hitters for the Panthers, Deja Acosta was 3 for 3 with the 2 runs scored, pair of walks. Shelby Lloyd, 3 hits, 3 for 3, 2 walks as well. Taylor Busey, 2 hits, 2 for 4 on the afternoon, had a walk. Hannah Clavel with the game winner, 2-out RBI single in the 7th. And Madison Mendoza with the double. So once again, the final score, your Sacramento City College Panthers 7, the American River College Beavers 6. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back with softball action the last 2 weekends in May as the Panthers host the Folsom Lake Falcons and the Cosumnes River College Hawks.